right, welcome back to Morning Cafe. We are on the last laps tunaita kipindi cha Lala Salama. An interesting session today, and most of the ladies will tell you that they would love this session. But then again, it's interesting how men are also getting into the beauty industry, and you know, when we're talking about the beauty industry, there's a whole lot of activities within that. So today we delve, specifically on the hairstylist aspect, and we have Bram the colorist.
Thank you.
Is it Bram? Have I pronounced it well?
Bram the colorist.
The colorist, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. When we talk about the colorist, we mean hair coloring or what?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
We basically talk about color
All right.
in general,
Yeah.
and to be precise, hair color.
Hair colors. All right. So welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we are hoping to learn so much or pick so much. So
Yeah.
some of the tips that we'd actually use at home now that there's COVID-19.
Yeah. A lot.
And speaking of which,
Yeah.
I'd want to first ask, what is the difference between a hairstylist and a hairdresser?
Yes.
Yes, I need to get that clear before I proceed.
Okay. Basically, there's a difference between being a hairdresser
Yes.
and being a hairstylist.
Right.
And it goes back to the technical bit of hair. For example, I know you know how to do matutas.
Yes, well, the basic ones.
Yes, you must be knowing how to do
Right.
matutas. And that I'll call you a hairstylist, because you can style hair.
Okay.
You get?
All right.
But now, being a hairdresser means you understanding the anatomy of hair from the root
Okay.
and the general taking care of the hair until it's bouncing around, and then it includes now styling.
Right.
So hair styling is just part of hairdressing.
Dressing.
Yeah.
All right. So you chose hairstyling.
Yeah,
You overlooked hairdressing, or
yes.
you also do that? Or what got you into hairstyling?
I think most of the people who are doing hair now basically got in through hairstyling.
Yeah.
And this is, this is talent industry. And talent industry is very unique in a way that if you don't have the passion, then it gets very hard for you to get into the industry. And it comes back to the final aspect of how the hair looks. And you find most of clients, and I want to take an example like you can actually judge a good hairstylist
Yes.
by the final result. Most of clients don't look at the process that has gone through before you get to the final look.
Yeah,
So I'll look at you, the final look, and I'll be like, the person who did your hair is awesome. The person who did your makeup is awesome. But ideally, before you do the styling, there's a lot that needs to be done on hair, even before you come to the final look. So most of the hairstylists out there got into this industry through the passion. And you realize, so I can do some braids, I can do lines. And then through that, you get the interest. So there are those ones who pursued it through the formal way of going through college and understanding hair and studying hair. Then there are those ones who got themselves within the industry. Maybe your aunt had a salon, or your friend had.
Used to go there, help
Yeah,
a bit,
basically,
yes.
yeah. So for me, I think it's passion, and passion drives me, even in terms of doing whatever I would want to do within the hair industry. Yeah.
Slowly by slowly, the hair industry is becoming a male-dominated industry, and we ask ourselves why. I mean, kazi za wanaume zimeisha, mmekuja tu kutuharibia, mmeamua tu wasichana sasa hatutawaachia kazi. What is happening? Why the interest, and why is it that they're doing so well? By the way, I'd personally walk into a salon, or and I'd look around, or even a nail parlor, and I'll opt for a male hairdresser as opposed to a lady. Why, I don't know, but they do a good job though.
I think you've answered the question.
Oh, they do a good job. Really? Is it the truth? Is it what really defines what is happening right now?
I think if you look at it practically, every time you get a different aspect about an industry, there tends to be something that is done extra. And you find, like in hair, if I'm doing your hair, remember women are the most amazing people on this planet, and we can't live without you people.
Thank you.
So every time I'm styling your hair, I'm not styling it from a perspective of I'm just doing my job. So I want to make you look nice, and I'll take an extra mile to make sure that whatever I'm doing, I do it to perfection. Now, put in the whole pampering issue. This is social status, and ladies want to feel nice. They want to be told good things, and I'm sure men will tell you.
Yes.
So whether they're meaning it or they're not meaning it, I think that perspective brings in the whole aspect of ladies tending to incline towards male stylists, and in return, it has attracted a lot of traction, and guys are doing hair awesomely.
Which is also a huge challenge, because the other day I was having this conversation, by the way, with one of my colleagues who's done this before. He's been in the hair industry before, and he says that sometimes it's a little bit challenging, because you find that these ladies really get inclined to you, that sometimes it gets uncomfortable, and sometimes you'll also have their men coming, you know, and they're watching around and they're scared that why is it that my woman comes to the salon and takes there forever. And I mean, such has also been the case for men going out there for, you know, to the barber shop, and you find women, and it's a whole different story. So how do you people get to deal this and balance this and stick to professionalism, or stick to professionalism?
Yeah, and there's always this famous phrase that you mix business with friendship or anything else, and it goes there. And I've done hair for the past like 13 years. And one of the things that I will tell you is you have to strictly be professional. And when you stick to the core of your business, which is giving service to your clients, the rest will fall in place. And basically, I'm not saying that we don't get those temptations. They're out there, and we are in a free world where people can express how they feel about each other. But I think you have to make it a purpose and a decision that I'm here to offer service. This is a vice versa way. Guys get attracted to women, and women also get attracted to guys. You go to the barbershops, men want to troop in barbershops, and they want to be massaged by the girls and the ladies. But it's either way. So it's about you taking precautionary and knowing that I'm offering a professional service, and that is what we stick to. And if you do that, I don't think you'll have any issues. If it's someone who has their own other interests, even if you lose them, but you'll be walking your head high, that in the process of doing this, I stick to my professional code.
Amazing, amazing. So COVID-19 is here with us.
Yes.
And I will tell you this for free. Look at my hair. I'll almost tell you, look at my nails.
Yes.
If there's anything that I dread, I am suspicious of, I am scared of, is marching into a salon today. Is marching into, you know, a nail studio today. Because there's just, I don't know, there's that fear that has been perpetrated along. I mean, there has been propagated along. So, are you in business still? Or you do home services and all that?
We in business.
You are in business?
Yes, we in business. Initially, I thought maybe this is not essential services. But COVID-19 has taught me hair is essential service. And I'll tell you for a fact that as much as you're saying you don't want to walk into the salon, but I can see you're looking good. I
desperately want to, but I am so scared.
Yes, but I can see you're looking nice. Now, that tells us that our day-to-day running has to go on. And I don't think COVID-19 is going to go anywhere anytime soon. It's something that we have to start living with it and knowing how to go about it so that we keep ourselves safe. And salon business is one of the areas that was affected. And I remember even there was a lot of fear when our CS talked about closing barbershops and salons, and everyone was like, yeah, we are going to close. But on the contrary, I think it has given us an opportunity to change the way we do things and to improve on how we give our services to our final clients. And to me, that is one of the most important areas that I think as an industry, we are going to move from one level to another. And we've been talking stylists and as salon business, and we are saying that, yes, there's COVID-19, but we can offer services, and we're going to make sure that our clients feel safe when they come to the salon. And we've done measures that are very important to make sure that when you walk into the salon, that fear is it's not there, or it's reduced to the best level. And some of the measures are one, that we've going now to work on a very strict booking system. And all serious service providers have to have a very serious booking system that I know today I'm going to have for clients. And I'm going to space them in a way that none of them is going to meet the other one at the salon.
Right.
That is specifically to try and avoid overcrowding. So that if you are coming at 7, if your service will end at 9, I have the other client at 10. And that has helped us. Number 2, we're doing sanitization of our spaces over and over. And every hour or every 2 hours we make sure that there's high levels of cleanliness. And even when you walk in, we sanitize the seat before you sit, and we do it practically as you are seeing it, so that the surfaces that we are going to use are clean. Then we make sure that the stylists have protective gear. We have the mask on, done the right way, not on the chin as many people you can see around. Everyone has a mask, but it's not covering the nose and the mouth. So we do that, and we make sure that when you are doing the service, you have your gloves on, and you minimize talking or interactions, so that the client feels much more safe. The issues to do with the sink areas, where we make sure each and every client, before they sit on that sink, it's sanitized, so that we just minimize each and every aspect of all those services that we know guys are sharing within the salon industry here. Then we also try to educate the stylists out there that it's important that you also take care of yourself, because you are at a high risk of contracting the virus. And this is an ongoing process over and over. Some of us have our pocket sanitizers, so each and every other time you sanitize. Then we have sanitization of even the tools using. So salons have invested heavily in these aspects, so that we make the clients feel more comfortable.
And of course you also should feel comfortable. I'm just trying to visualize and picturing that. And you know, I know that salons are the places that I just want to go to the salon, sit there and figure the stories all I can. But then again, this time around, one is limited. This comes with a lot. These adjustments that we are referring to come with a lot of expenses, I would want to believe. Has it forced you again to adjust the prices of the services that you offer, or you've maintained the same? And how are you managing it?
We can't increase the prices, and basically everyone is going through a hard time, and when everyone is going through a hard time, I think it would not be nice for us to increase the prices. So what we've done, we've taken it as a challenge within the salon business, so that even as we're taking care of that, we will go back to our pockets and try and pump in those resources, so that everyone feels safe. But in terms of increasing the prices, I don't think it's something that we would even consider for now, because if you consider to increase the prices, then it means you'll be locking out so many other guys. And you know, service industry, it's a very delicate kind of industry. So the prices have not been increased. I am not aware of any increment in prices, but we've tried to take it as a challenge, so that we offer the best quality service. And I'm even hoping that going forward, this is going to be the standard practice within the hair and business industry. And like in Leo's Westlands, where is my station of work, that's the basic that you can ever get. And you'll always be comfortable, because everyone is in protective gear. Some of our clients were even laughing that we look like we are the ones going to pick the COVID-19 patient.
I know, right? I've been looking at the photos and I'm like, is this really it? I mean, how comfortable is it? Well, I mean, the blow dry machines, the dryers, are maybe too hot inside there. And of course, we have all the products that are being used with different types of smells and all that. And then you still have the masks on. I mean, was it easy coping?
I'm telling you, if one of the people we need to be clapping for are doctors, then followed by stylists.
Wednesday, actually. It is Wednesday. We should do that. Let's pull that one. So salute you.
Because let me tell you, those protective gears give a lot of heat. So you can imagine being in that and then you're doing a blow dry. It's very hot, and that's why it's important that you book your clients, so that at any given time, once you're done with your clients, you can have a breather. You know, you can have actually
at least a 1 hour
thing in between, because it's very hot when you're having that on. But I know when the changing weather patterns now, at this time, some of them will be like jackets again.
That's good. That's incredible. At least you've not gone down. Some of them, a majority of you have actually decided, okay, let's just close down once and for all, because
there's some salons that closed down. But as we went on with the discussion, most of the guys realized this is nothing that is going to go away anytime soon. So we just need to get away. So we have the new normal, and I am sure we have to enjoy it, and we have to make the best out of it.
We need to shape up. I agree, we need to shape up. Now let's come to the practical aspect of hairstyling. What about hairstyling?
It's a whole hairstyling. Hairstyling is it's an art of taking care of hair. One, for the purposes of making hair healthy, then for the purposes of making the client to look nice and get satisfied. And I think in the process, it builds your confidence. So hairstyling is an art, and it's a passion that once you are into it, you get to be artistic, you get to create new hairstyles. I'm sure during this COVID-19, we are going to get styles that are very
you've seen that one, the Corona hairstyle.
We are going to have them.
Well, some of us have already pulled that one.
Yes.
So when we're talking about you in particular, and we're talking about styling hair, so this one cuts across ladies and gentlemen, or this is just for the ladies, and is it on artificial hair or natural hair?
Within the hair industry, there are many facets within the hair industry, and a hairstylist can be within either one, but generally when you start hair, you start it as a general, and then as time goes by, you start to come to a particular niche, and that's why you see like Bram the colorist, my niche is color. So it's not that I don't do all those other hairs, but I try to perfect my art within color. And color is a very technical term. It's a very technical service. I'm sure you've heard so many people out there saying, yes, color cuts hair. I can do color.
That was my next question. Like, how then do we ensure that? Because I mean, there's a lot of myths that are out here because of hair. In fact, again, yesterday we were having this conversation, and someone was like, I mean, just have your hair natural, like this kukala and everything. You know how practically they can bring it in Swahili. Kukala after a while, you will not have hair anymore. You will not have the best. And sometimes you go to stylists, and you know, it just backfires on you. You wanted color red done on your hair, and whatever it is that you come out with is just something pathetic. So how do you master the art? How do you confirm and inform to the client that, you know what, this is a process or a service that you will undergo and you will not regret?
And that's why I'm happy we talked about hairdressing and hairstyling. And it's important that you understand hair is no longer guesswork. It's no longer, and it will never be. There are procedures that you need to abide to when you're doing hair, and you can't run away from that. The moment you run away from that, then all those myths comes in place immediately. So there is the technical bit about hair. Once that is put in place, the rest will follow suit. So there are so many myths. Like for example, color cuts hair. But what is the most service that cuts hair? Protective styling. Direct heat, blow dries, flat irons, you get. Talk about braiding, they still cut hair.
They do.
But these services are done out there. There are people I know that have never even left their hair open even for a single minute. They're ever in braids, they're ever protective styling. So all these services we are talking about are style. And style can be your hair open, your hair braided, weaved, cut, all that, colored, all those are styles. But at the end of the day, it is the process that you go through that will ascertain if your hair is going to be healthy or not. And for that reason, color cannot cut hair.
Color cannot cut hair?
No.
What does?
But the process of attaining the color tone or shade that you need can jeopardize your hair,
Okay.
and it can cut your hair.
All right.
Or the aftercare of that hair, once the color has been done, then can cut hair. But basically, color cannot cut hair unless done in a wrong way.
So what is this wrong way that we are talking about? Because I have genuinely seen someone, you know,
Yes.
after coloring their hair,
Yeah.
literally like
Yeah,
it's on your hands. So there's
yeah.
no way you can convince me otherwise unless you convince me otherwise right now.
Yeah, okay. So there are some protocols that we have to follow when we are doing hair. And one of the things that we need to talk about is bleaching. And bleaching is the removal of the melanin from your hair. Yeah, as simple as that.
Which is not a permanent thing.
It is.
It is permanent. Okay.
So you can look at your hair, like your hair, I can see it is like number 2 or number 3.
Yes.
The moment you bleach, bleach your hair, it means you've removed the melanin from your hair.
Yeah.
The black pigmentation.
Yes.
That's a permanent process. You can't bring it back unless the hair grows.
Or unless you put dye, black dye.
Even if you put black dye,
it will still be there.
The melanin component is gone. So what you are
okay.
putting is a shade of black into your hair.
All right.
You get?
Yeah.
So that's one of the areas that we really go wrong with. The other issues that are done on hair, and we are talking about metallic colors, we are talking about henna, yes, of which I know so many people who put henna, and they say henna is good. Yeah. It has made my hair, natural. It's natural. It has made my hair
grow and strong.
Strong.
Yes.
But there are so many fallacies about that, and one of the issues that I want us to understand is there's a difference between hair being strong and hair being hard.
Okay.
And henna will make the hair
hard.
And for most of us will think the hair being hard, then it is strong.
Okay.
So that's one of the areas that we need to understand. And I also want you to understand that hair is dead matter. The moment it sprouts out of your scalp, that's dead matter. And that's why the hairdresser comes in to take care of that dead matter.
Dead matter, yeah.
So whether it is relaxed, whether it is natural, whether it is whatever it is dead matter. So what does that mean? When you apply unprocessed products on your hair, they will not be broken down and consumed by the hair. So when you apply henna, you apply black shampoo, all those will coat the hair. They will not penetrate through the hair.
Okay.
And coating the hair means like your nail plate.
Yes. It is
the polish has caught the nail plate. So it means any other process on that hair will not go through.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are the differences that you need to understand. And when you understand that, then it means then even the other processes you're doing on hair becomes very easy. So you'll find, like, if you want to do color, there are certain questions they're going to ask you. One, we'll have to do a strand test to ascertain a few things, porosity levels, to understand if you've done any henna or any other metallic colors on your hair.
All right.
Then we'll do a scalp skin test to also see if you react to a chemical compound within the color that is called PPD. I'm sure you've seen guys do color and then they have an allergy. Yes, things, they get allergies. They're actually reacting to that, to that PPD, which is one of the ingredients within the color. So we do those two tests to ascertain if at all we can do the color process. Or not. All right, and now after determining, then you can proceed. Different colors. How creative can one get with colors? I mean, nowadays it's a whole different. Unlike the traditional brown or black. You know, you switch from brown to black, from black to brown. Then came in maroon, brief maroon, and then before you know it, everyone can do red and everything. And they change as though it's. We can even do. Maybe next time we need to do orange. I can see it's part of your color.
Well, we should prove that one, and it works out very good. Sometimes looks very beautiful, but it's key. Sometimes I can walk into the salon and tell you, I need an orange. Are there times you're forced to advise someone that, you know, this one would not work with you, maybe you should try this? Because there are times that someone would want a color and it comes out very bad.
Even there are some colors you can't get them on the first application. It's a process that will take maybe 4 weeks before we get to that preferred, especially fashion colors. And now
what are these ones that you're referring to as
fashion colors? Now we are talking about blue, black, blue, red, orange, yes,
okay.
green, purple,
the screaming colors.
Yes, the screaming colors. All those are fashion colors, and some of them, if you want to get a very good tone variation, then it means we will have to do them over a period of time. There are some colors like platinum. I'm sure you've seen guys with gray all over. Yeah, those are colors that. Yes, you can get them in one sitting, but ideally, if you want to take care of the integrity of the hair, it's some colors you need to take a longer period of time. When your hair is natural, you can a little bit play with it, but when it's processed, then it gives you a lot of limitations because the relaxers have already broken down the hair bonds, so the hair is a little bit weak. So there are things that you cannot really do on the hair. So some colors, especially fashion colors, they might take some time before you attain them. But if the integrity of the hair is okay, it's something that you can pull in a day. Now, color depends on many aspects. Your personality would determine what kind of color would you want to wear. Your career, you know, determines what kind of yes you want to wear. There are also themes. Like say if there's a theme about maybe cancer, you'll find guys with pink. So color defines a certain theme within the society. So you'll find people wearing color depending on the message they want to send out there. And color brightens people for sure. If you did color today, you'll brighten up. You'll look.
Are you literally selling this idea to me?
I am actually selling that idea.
I've loved that for the longest of time, but again, I am very skeptical with so much, especially when you're told it backfire and all that, and let it be.
It backfires, especially, and this is one of the areas that clients also need to help us. Clients also would not give you correct information, and I'm here asking, have you ever done any metallic color on your hair, Bigen or Hina? No, I've never done. Then I go on the process, then at the end of the day I realize she was actually not saying the truth.
So someone tells you that, the process you're able to tell that this one...
Yes, and that's why it's important you do the Strand Test and the skin test, so that you understand whatever information they were giving you, is it correct? Many other times you walk into the salon, you tell the stylist, I want this color, then they don't pull it, then you are like, you're not a good stylist, you lied to me. But you will find this is something that it's between me and you, so you need to give me the correct information. Then I'm going to get the right process for us to attain the color. And also, color is not something that you walk into the salon, I've never done your hair, and then I don't have any history of your hair, and you just walk in there and you say you want this color. It needs us to walk through so that we also know, is your hair at a point of being done color, or it's very weak, that we need to maybe do some other treatments to make it more healthier than we do the color.
How expensive can this process be? That one is left for the people who are going to...
The only thing I would say, quality color is expensive, and the cost varies depending on what you want to achieve. But as I always say, cheap is expensive. So you will find there's very cheap color out there in the market, but the effects that it brings on your hair, it's a tall order that you might take a longer period and more resources, and especially now time resource in terms of reverting it back. All
right, speaking of which, I have done color on my hair, and I don't want to cut my hair, but I want to lose my hair. Is there again a special process towards a shading of the color that one would have bought?
Yes, there is a special process. One, you can decide to just outgrow it, and you can outgrow it in many ways. You can do protective styling. You can also change color. Gets into the cortex of the hair, so you can always change to something that you feel like, if you had done, like say, a copper, and you feel like you don't want a copper, you want a red, we can always go to red. And if you are at red and you feel like you want blonde, we can go to blonde. And if you are a blonde and you feel like, today I want my hair back to black, you can do it. The only problem is when you go black, going the other side,
it becomes hard. Why?
You know, black is a very strong color. It's a base color. So once it's on your hair, taking it out, it's also a tall order. And that's why you find so many people doing bleaching. Yeah,
All
just
right.
to strip it once and
for all. So what is the difference of working on artificial hair
Yes.
and natural hair, and, you know, when it comes to the coloring processes
yeah.
and all that? I have one of my wigs that were totally messed. That one I'll tell you. Though
Yes,
it brought a very interesting color that, well, sometimes I wear it and everyone is like, what is that? But then, it is not exactly what I was envisioning.
Okay. Wigs also depend on the quality of the wig. And there's so many wigs in the market, but the quality is very compromising.
Right.
So if a wig or a weave is of good quality, then we can do color on it.
Right.
And the good thing about weaves and wigs, you can actually go to higher levels of the oxidant, which is the activating agent of color. So you can use 30 volume, and sometimes you can even use 40 volume, because it's not like natural hair. So that gives you a leeway to play around with it. However, when you also overdo it, it loses the feel of the hair and becomes like, you know, size or something just dead and has no bounds or whatsoever. So it's important to also take care of it in a way that even if you want to do the color, do it using relatively 20 to 30 volume oxidants, so that you don't also strip it completely. Yeah, because you'll find maybe you've done color on the wig, then when you're styling it's just there. And if the wig is of low quality, then definitely it will not look nice. And you still need to wash it, you still need to condition it nicely.
And actually that was my next question, care and all that. Would you still do the same and normal thing when you want to do all this?
Yeah. Very important.
Like I mean, in terms of protection of hair, is it the same process? Like, this is natural hair. Once I have put my color, can I still, you know, do the usual, like you say, you know, condition it, wash it, treat it, and all that? So now within the color, once you've done color, now we have products that are good for color treated hair. So we have color treated shampoos, color treated conditioners, and it goes back to the pH levels of those products. You realize shampoos and conditioners are acidic. So we need to have not very acidic shampoos, and that's why we talk about sulfate free maybe shampoos and conditioners, just to take care of the hair. Once color has been done, there are also color enhancing products. Like sometimes you've gone to the salon, you've done your color, and the color looks glossy that day. 2, 3, 4 weeks down the line, the color looks very fluffy or faddy. So the products that enhance that color, it's not necessarily that you're doing a color process, but it's just bringing out that color nicely, and especially reds, because they have bigger molecules, so they tend to run out of the hair or the wig or whatever surface that have been put on. So we have color enhancing products, and you talk about the shampoos and the conditioners, and then the issues to do with now, how do you put the final, how do you store the wig? It needs to be stored in a very dry, cool place. So you move around water, ukinyeshewa mara mbili tatu, it's trouble?
Because you see now, once it's umenyeshewa, it's now soggy, you know. So it loses the bounce immediately. And I'm sure ladies always love oil over and over and over, applying oil. Now you find, like, even hair, oil is not necessarily important for the hair. So you keep putting a lot of oil on your wig, and you find it attracts a lot of dust. It attracts a lot of smoke or any other forces of denudation wherever you are going. So you need to just have a polisher, a conditioning polisher that is going to help you just take care of it, so that it doesn't become soggy and remains bouncy. That's beautiful. Age. These two little boys that you see, having had their hairs colored, I mean, is it really advisable? To be sincere, there are processes that you don't just do on hair. Let me give you an example. It takes about 8 years for the hair follicles to form nicely. I'm talking about now, leave alone the baby hair, now you are growing. So maybe your hair started maybe when you were like 7 or 8. So give it another 8 years. And hair has about 3 stages: anagen, telogen, and catagen stages. So you'll find there are some processes you do on your hair and you like distort the growth pattern of that hair.
Yeah.
So it's advisable that you don't apply color and chemicals on young kids.
Wow.
Give them time so that their hair can develop to the fullest, and then they can make informed decisions at that particular time. But color and relaxers on small kids, it's wrong.
Well, parents, there you go. I think that is a take home. I thank you so much, Bram, the colorist. It was great having you. Next time we're going to do a practical aspect of it, but it was interesting. Thank you so much. We've picked key things. I have personally picked key things that I would have wanted. And I know, I mean, you back at home too, of course, benefited from this conversation this morning. It was great having you. It is now time that we say Kwaheri on Morning Cafe. Looking forward to see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Yeah, your social handles briefly as we wind up.
You can always find me on IG, Bram the Colorist.
There you go, Bram the Colorist. Thank you.
And I'm based in Westlands, Leo Salon on Victoria Plaza.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. See you again next time. My name is Linda Alela. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing. Kirubi is coming up next.